I just, I'm an AWL. We established that, and I'd like to jot notes down about Billy throughout the year, and when I come on, I like to just I just wrote them down. Is it
Let's
okay
do
if I go
it.
through
Yes, I would love to hear it.
them? Okay.
On today's Pardon My Take, our favorite guest, Jerry O'Connell, back for an extended fantasy football preview. He drafted our team again this year. He then goes through the league on who you should and shouldn't draft. He has a poem for Billy. Just an incredible time with JOC. Russell Wilson got paid. Serena. Everyone's going crazy for Serena. We have Mount Rushmore of worst people on public transportation. And then we'll wrap up with Fyre Fest into the long weekend, last weekend of summer, and is brought to you by our friends at Hooters. Hooters is home to the Orange Zone, the number one spot for watching football all season long, every league, every conference, every game, college and pro. Hooters has all the football you can handle. Come in for the wall-to-wall screens, ice-cold beer, our world-famous wings, and, of course, the equally famous Hooters girls. Be sure to score the football bundle, 16 boneless wings, 15 bone-in wings, and curly fries for only $39.99. God, that sounds so good. That really is the football is back. The football bundles, again, 16 boneless wings, 15 bone-in wings, and curly fries for only $39.99. Football and Hooters, it's the perfect pair. Come watch all the games at Hooters all season and visit hooters.com/football to learn more. It is the number one spot for watching football all season long. The Orange Zone, check it out. Thank you to Hooters. Go again to hooters.com/football to learn more. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Hooters. Go to hooters.com/football to learn more. The best place to watch football all season long. Today is Friday, September 2nd, and Russell Wilson has been paid.
His credit is unlimited.
It is quite,
Let's ride.
Quite a. I was thinking about it because he got paid. What were the final numbers? It was 7 years, I think. Pretty much the deal that the Seahawks were never going to give him, the Broncos did give him.
That's why he wanted the trade,
right,
so that he could take another big dip. So he's going to get paid until he's like 40 years old, I think. So if you look at the per year numbers on him, Aaron Rodgers, number one, $50.2 million. Russell Wilson, number two. Then Kyler Murray. Then Deshaun. Then Patrick Mahomes. Ooh. So as first reported on Pardon My Take, I think the day that Patrick Mahomes signed his contract, he's going to regret that contract in like 3 years.
Yeah, and also you had, I wonder if Russell Wilson, because, Russell Wilson, let's just say it, he likes the limelight. He likes people talking about Russell Wilson. That's why he came back like 4 weeks too early with his thumb injury last year, and he does the, simulated games with the cameras right in front of him.
Next level mental reps.
Do you think there's part of him that's a little pissed that the minute it got announced, everyone was like, Lamar Jackson's going to get so much money.
Yeah, he got the runoff trend on that one. And that's what it used to be all the time. Whenever a quarterback would get paid, it would always be like, how much is Aaron Rodgers going to get paid? Now it's shifted over to Lamar Jackson now that Aaron got his contract. So Lamar, I guess he wants a lot of money guaranteed. Obviously he does. But I think both sides are kind of far away on that one. And now people are upset at Russell Wilson for not getting a guaranteed contract like Deshaun Watson got. Because everybody was saying when Deshaun Watson got his, it's like, okay, that reset the market. Now every quarterback's contract is going to be guaranteed. Turns out that not every team is the Cleveland Browns when it comes to giving out contracts.
Right. So he gets $165 million guaranteed, 5-year extension worth $245. $165 million guaranteed. Whew.
Figure out how many turtlenecks that would buy him at the Gap.
That is insane. How many, oh my God.
How many bottles of nano bubbles?
He got paid.
He's truly looking out for his family's future.
Yes, there it is. I was a little upset though because he is Mr. Unlimited. He should have just gotten an infinity contract for an infinity years. Imagine if Schefter had to report Russell Wilson signs infinity contract for infinity years. and then it's all of the. It's like, well, it's actually a 150 million over 5 years, but there's bonuses to get to infinity.
Yeah, bonus.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't rule that out for us.
Or like it escalates after he turns 40. Every year after he turns 40, he gets infinity dollars per year for infinity years.
Yes,
but the Broncos can cut him whenever they want
at any time. Yeah, in mid game they could cut him. Yeah, I mean he should have thought outside the box. All right, so football is very much back. Week 1, college football. We are going to recap everything. So next week, because it's Monday's Labor Day, we're going to have a show Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesday's show, we will recap all the college football. Also have a college football friend on. Got to decide who. I mean, you know what? I'm going to say it. We haven't talked to Fornelli in a long time. Fornelli's going to come on. You okay with that, Hank?
I guess it's your show.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We should have Fornelli do Hank's Mount Rushmore picks.
Yeah. Oh, he should team with you. That's what we'll do, because Tuesday will be
takes all my shit anyway.
Yeah, it will be the finale of Mount Rushmore. This is great too, because I haven't texted Tom, and he's just going to listen to this and be like, "Okay, I'm in for Tuesday." But we do have the Backyard Brawl tonight, which is going to be great. There's so many good games. Also, special shout out because the Pardon My Cheesesteak truck is going to be live at ULM at Texas, Rutgers at BC, BYU at USF. And the big one, Notre Dame at Ohio State Saturday night. So check out the Pardon My Cheesesteak truck.
It's cheesesteak season. We launched in the summer, but let's be honest. When it's hot, it's a little bit harder to grasp. But fall football cheesesteak.
It's great drunk food.
It's perfect.
It is.
Did you see Keaton Slovis giving the hype up speech at the pep rallies?
Yeah.
It's so funny to watch Keaton Slovis be like, "Fuck West Virginia."
Yeah. And I got one more thing to say. Fuck West Virginia.
Yeah.
He's like the ultimate Cali bro.
Right, and it's also, I'm a little nervous about this game tonight just because they haven't had this game since 2011. I feel like we're going to get maybe, like, this is the perfect storm for fan fights in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we haven't seen, we haven't seen West Virginia and Pitt for so long. We got to get all of our rage out. We got to just get very drunk. I think people are probably drunk as we're taping this at noon. And it's going to be a great game.
It's West Virginia.
Yeah,
West Virginia has been pre-gaming for this game for the last 11 years.
Yes,
that's what they've been getting ready for.
Yes,
I don't know much about either one of these two teams. Besides, I've read a couple of the previews that they put out there, and I'm a big preview guy. And I scanned those. The pay ones, those are tough. I'm just going to say Pitt's overrated.
Oh, okay.
I think Pitt's overrated.
I think Pitt's going to win.
Year.
I think Pitt's going to win and cover. So I guess we'll one of us will look stupid. That'll be great. Which is no different than any show.
Yeah, welcome to Pardon My Take.
Yes,
if this is your first time, we're wrong.
Yeah, I also saw the Twitter edit button is coming. I don't like this.
No.
I hate this. I think that everyone's take should stay forever.
Own your mistakes, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Although what you can do is if you have like a really bad take that's getting ratioed, I would like to just be able to change it to a GIF.
Yeah.
And just have people replying to a GIF afterwards and just really confuse people.
Yeah.
There's
rules that are put in place. I saw that it's going to be 30 minutes that you can edit it, and that if you edit it, the tweet like underneath shows this has been edited, so you can then click on it. So essentially, when they actually roll this out, my first tweet's just going to be like, the Bears are back, the Bears are not back, the Bears are back, and you can just click and see how many iterations I've done.
Does it show you all the edit history behind it?
Yes.
Okay.
So disinformation, sorry, Billy, won't be going on.
Well, so the beauty of Twitter, though, is that it doesn't have an edit button.
Right.
The only people that complain about edit buttons are big J's, and they shouldn't be making the mistakes in the first place. They're actually the ones who should be held most accountable for tweets that they do need to edit.
Right.
I hate the idea of an edit button coming back. Elon, come on, get back in, save us. Don't do the edit button.
Don't do
Nobody
the edit button.
wants it.
Here's a perfect one, a perfect example, because I know that Jake, he's going to want us to talk about Serena. This was from Ava Wallace last night after Serena won. Serena Williams says Tiger Woods is one of the main reasons she's still playing. He was like, okay, we can do this together. Woods was in her box tonight. That should not be edited.
It should not.
That should not be edited.
That's
a perfect tweet.
Fucking a man should not be able to be edited.
That should not be able to be edited.
I will never edit a tweet.
No.
I don't care.
Really?
No.
No, that's a promise. I will.
I will, but I'll do
I will
it
not
so
edit a tweet.
blatantly. I'll do it so blatantly you'll know.
All of us will eventually do it.
No, you will. You will.
At one point in our careers.
All right, so here's my thing.
I will as a joke.
Our careers.
Yeah, exactly. I will at some point edit tweets to be funny.
Right.
I will not edit tweets because I have made a mistake.
Correct.
Which I never do on Twitter.
Correct.
Or because I want to change a take.
Correct.
The takes as they are will stand forever. Those might as well be written in blood or cum, like the cover of Metallica's Load album. Mm-hmm. But as far as changing something after the fact to make myself look better, not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I might change it to make myself look worse.
Yeah.
Yes, no, all the time.
I'll edit in more mistakes.
Yeah. All right, so you want to talk about Serena?
Yeah, it was epic. It was.
Was she how
upset.
big of an underdog was she?
I don't know the line.
Plus 200.
Okay, so
like
it was
220.
Look, there is something very cool about an athlete at the end of their career having that one last stand. I mean, Tiger at the Masters was incredible.
Kobe.
They're all storybook
Kobe.
endings, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Aren't they?
What?
In April, there was a storybook ending, right?
Oh yeah, Coach K. Good job, Jake. Yeah, no,
Sorry, it took a
that's
while,
true.
but-
No.
I tried.
That didn't work out.
Yeah.
You're right. But it is cool to watch these last stands. But I also it wasn't that big of an upset. She's still Serena Williams, right?
But the number 2 seed, you expect there's a very good chance the run ends here.
Yeah.
I wanted to hate it. I wanted to be like, just like, it's only, it's not a big upset. Serena's still pretty good. Why are we freaking out about it? And then I checked the Twitter timeline, and you had Rex Chapman and Dan Dockich standing up applauding for Serena Williams, being like, this is incredible. So even my cold, dried, shriveled heart had to be like, you know what? This is a good moment for sports.
I saw it. I tuned in for a little bit of it, and I was like, this is not main TV, bottom TV, no sound. But
That's
I was
progress.
like, this is fucking cool. This is a cool moment. This is why we watch sports. I was just curious about because the gambling side of it, I was actually, the reason why I asked or looked it up was because I was going to be mad at myself if she was plus 1,000 I didn't bet on.
Yeah.
Because that would have pissed me off. How did I miss this?
Well, you also have to take into account that people are probably betting on Serena to win
true.
more than a normal
True.
underdog would be. So if she was not Serena Williams, if she was
because she's unseeded versus the number 2 seed in the second round is usually much more than plus
right. But it
200.
is Serena Williams. But it was a very cool moment, and it was also cool because the whole crowd. I don't know. Everyone's rooting for her.
Yeah, this poor girl, Annette. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
she's a woman.
Kontaveit, woman. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No one was rooting for her. At one point, she had a shot that was barely in, and the crowd started booing, and Serena was doing the finger wag, don't do that.
To the crowd?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Also simultaneously happening when they had the Timmy Trumpets guy playing the trumpets for Diaz in Citi Field.
Which again, the trumpets are so fucking cool, but you have to be so scared if you're a Mets fan because
but if they lost that game, which I think a lot of Mets fans thought they were going to, it's a 1-run game. It's it was kind of overblown. They're like, all right, we brought the guy in house. They lose that game, he blows that save, the season's cursed.
No, it was.
Yeah.
But now it's
right.
they're gonna win. They're gonna win the championship. After that, I was like, the Mets are gonna win the championship.
They put their balls on the line on that one, where it's we're going to go all in. We're going to have the guy. I think Steve Cohen paid for him to stay in New York an extra couple days just to do that. And we're going to do this live, and it's going to be incredible. But knowing the fact that if it doesn't work, if it blows up in our face, the entire season is over.
Yeah.
This is going to be something that could be a disaster where he will not even want to hear that song anymore when it comes out.
But he's coming back. They said that he's coming back for the playoffs.
Good.
Which, again,
I love that.
That's scary.
That's
right.
alarming.
That's my point. It's the coolest entrance right now going in sports. It is must see. Every time it happens, this is it somehow doesn't stop being cool. I've seen it many times now, and it still's this is fucking awesome. But if Timmy the Trumpet guy comes out in a 1-run game in October and Edwin Diaz blows the game, the memes and the mocking that's going to come back on the Mets is going to be an avalanche.
Yeah.
That's
I like
risking it all.
But I like it. I love it. Going all in on this. But you're right.
You go going on something.
I'm looking ahead, and I'm seeing a future where in the second round of the playoffs in the NLCS, they lose the deciding game on a Timmy Trumpets. Timmy Trumpets.
Timmy?
I think it's Tiny Tempo.
I think
or
it's
something.
Timmy Trumpets.
Timmy Trumpets. They lose.
Tommy Kennedy.
Timmy
Trumpets.
Timmy
Kennedy. Tommy Trumpets.
Thomas Kennedy.
Yeah.
Trumpets. Mm-hmm. If they lose the NLCS on a Trumpets game, That's going to be so fucking funny.
It's-
That's kind of what I'm rooting for.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I want the Mets to win. I think that even though they are in the NL East, I'm supposed to have rival whatever bullshit. I don't care about that stuff. The New York Mets are a fun team to root for this year.
Correct.
And with the trumpet factor, I'm rooting for them to go as far as possible while still admitting to myself having them lose in heartbreaking fashion in the playoffs with a live Tanya Trumpets performance.
Yeah.
would be the optimal end for their season.
No, the stakes could not be higher because if you become the darling of the sports world and everyone, again, besides maybe Braves fans, everyone's like, this is pretty,
Yankees.
Max saying no, he doesn't like it, he's a Phillies fan. But most fans,
Yankees
maybe
fans.
not in the NL East and the Yankees, think it's a very cool thing. And so if it comes back on them, it's going to be mocking season like you've never seen.
One other slight critique. I think the trumpets should hit when he gets on the field.
Oh, that's like when the drums come in or whatever,
Yeah.
right? That's
yeah,
when
like
they
it
turn up
doesn't.
to the
It doesn't.
second
The
notch.
trumpets don't start until he's like already in the infield.
Yeah.
It should.
Okay.
It should.
We should maybe send him a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tweet at him.
See if they can change that.
Also, isn't the song about selling narcotics?
No, it's about Narcos. The show.
Oh.
The cops.
Oh, it's about so he's a cop.
No, I don't know. It's definitely about.
I just can't
it's
wait
definitely
for
about selling
I can't
narcotics.
wait for the first person to come out with that take. Be like,
Oh,
should we really be
sure.
promoting this? Like
Yes.
it's we're talking about drug
Oh,
distribution.
someone will shit
Well,
on
no.
this.
Who was the Cubs guy? He used to come up to. I'm in love with the coke. He had. It might not have been that one, but there was a Cubs guy in the 2016 run who had like one of the most egregiously
I mean,
like
Schwarber did Thuggish
cocaine-related
Ruggish
song.
Bone.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. No, are you talking about the Warriors did the I'm in love with the Coco on the plane.
I'll look it up.
I think that was
remember.
the Miami Dolphins offensive line used to go out into the field to that one.
Might have been Castro.
No, Castro had a different one, and he also wasn't on that team. But yeah, I mean the walk-up songs are cool.
They should do them in other sports.
It was definitely one of those nights that was like sports rule.
Yeah.
Because Serena and that happening at the same time is like, yeah, sports fucking rule.
I love it when a night like that happens and nobody can find anything to hate on.
Right.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good because
the
we all
best.
that's what we all end up trying to do. If there's something to hate on the internet, somebody will find it, they'll figure out a way to hate on it. But last night seemed like a pure night, like a clean night online.
Yeah.
You rarely get that.
There was one guy, I saw one guy who was getting ratioed to fucking hell. I think he was actually the sports junkies in DC. He was like, I just never have liked Serena. And then he tried to like double down. He's like, I like Michael Jordan. I like Tiger Woods. Like, see, I have black friends.
yeah.
He's like, but I don't like this woman.
I like Venus.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Just
I
not
don't know,
Serena.
man. This is one of those nights you just kind of keep it to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
this was cool. Serena's.
Oh, I got the tweet.
Yeah, Serena's the end. Yeah, read it to me.
Serena was often a sore sport and very ungracious loser. When she wins, she's awesome. She just always rubbed me the wrong way. She's the greatest of all time, though, no doubt. I just never cared for her.
So
Smiley
save
face.
that. Yeah, so save that for that's possible ratio of the year. How many quote tweets on it right now?
1650.
Oh, that's pretty
That's
good.
a lot.
Which guy was it?
Eric Bickle.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
That's a lot.
By the way,
EB
tonight,
Junkies.
That was one of those moments. It's like you don't have to share that take.
Yeah.
you could just be like, yeah, sports are cool.
I mean, we all remember when Serena threatened to hit the ball down the line judge's throat.
Yeah.
That was kind of awesome.
there's no more line judges, by the way.
Javi Baez walked out to a song called "Snow."
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, Javi's just got swag.
Yeah, no,
So,
it was
yeah.
it's a great song,
Right.
but it was like
Right.
this is just
Yeah.
a song about coke.
Yeah,
I
you're
kind of
allowed
like
to do
it,
that.
though. Yeah, just let it happen.
Yeah. If you have that type of swag, like there's certain players in baseball, it's like, yeah, they can do whatever they want. They just got swag. Javi was Javi being Javi, like just swing at everything, make crazy plays, try to steal every base. And Tigers fans have him for like 7 years, $350 million.
I do need to see Tiger in her box more, though.
Yeah.
Like I think every time.
That can't be edited. We need to lock these. We need to have some that are like we can't edit these.
Dude, the best part was Tiger Woods fist pumping her box.
Yeah.
like the entire
Yes.
box.
He
was standing up, just ripped as hell, just fist going right through the box.
Tonight, there could be some big names. I might be going. Shout out Game Time. Venus
Wow.
and Serena in doubles together for the
Whoa.
last time. And Nadal. So it's a sick
Whoa.
doubleheader.
No, I mean, it's all kind of Mickey Mouse because Djokovic isn't here.
Women's doubles?
Yeah, Djokovic would have won that too. He
Djokovic
would've.
raises the profile of the women's doubles.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
That'll be
I
cool,
like
yeah.
it. See, Djokovic is a true hero of mine because Serena had threatened the ball person, and Djokovic actually just smoked the ball person. Like he goes through with his actions.
Yeah.
All right. Before we do Mount Rushmore, is Liv playing this weekend?
I don't know.
They're in Boston,
In
I believe.
Massachusetts, yeah.
I feel like Liv Golf is now it's over.
It fell off because they don't have.
about?
Well, they were getting
Getting
most.
more names.
They were getting most
Yeah.
of their publicity from the PGA Tour.
Right.
That was yelling and crying about how bad Liv was. But now that the PGA isn't playing, it's like what's going. They don't have anybody to fight.
And
they wept for there were no more emperors to conquer.
Right, and they're going up against football, and none of these tournaments matter.
Right.
They're like friendlies. They're playing friendlies.
Yeah.
They're okay. I'm not saying like the people who went their money. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying I don't think Liv is on my calendar for this weekend of must watch.
Not at all. Not
Right.
at all. It's funny. Gary Player entered the fray yesterday, and Gary Player, he's getting paid by Gulf Saudi Arabia, so he is actually like himself personally a spokesperson for the Saudi Arabian government. It has nothing to do with the Live Tour. He just loves Saudi Arabia that much that he made a special deal with them on the side to be like promote our country.
Right.
Gary Player came out and said, "I hate the Live Tour. It's bullshit. They're taking these players away from the PGA Tour and they're ruining these players' careers." So he's like so pro Saudi Arabia that he kind of hates the Live Tour, which doesn't make any sense if you hear it like that. But he's attacking Saudi Arabia because he's more pro Saudi Arabia than they are.
Right, and this is what we're finding out though with like the Live Tour, and we'll see where it goes. But sports have to mean something. Like we said last night, Serena at the end of like if Serena was just playing some rogue tennis tour, everyone would be like, okay, cool. But it's the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
that's something. That means something. Like imagine if they played there was NFL teams that broke off and they didn't play for the Super Bowl. I would still watch.
Yeah,
that one we'd definitely watch. Actually, if Saudi Arabia really wants to do it, they should figure out a way to just split half of the NFL so we get NFL football all year round.
I mean, you're talking about the XFL now.
But actual NFL players.
And have a second Super Bowl?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Just buy the
half
AFC.
The league. Yeah, half the league.
Yeah, and just be like, we're just going to play this in the spring.
Yeah, agreed.
Because then you don't have to deal with, they're not as good players. Okay, should we do Mount Rushmore? We have 2 left. Mount Rushmore is brought to you by our friends at Paramount Plus. The NFL on CBS is streaming live on Paramount Plus all season long, kicking off September 11th. Watch your live local NFL on CBS games every Sunday at home on your TV or any device on the go. Catch feature holiday matchups on Thanksgiving and Christmas and 3 postseason games, including the AFC Championship game. That's a big one. We are going to be giving away 1 code for a free Paramount Plus account, so you can watch along with us. Tune in on YouTube. We're going to put the code in. So all you got to do is go to redeem a gift card on the bottom of the Paramount Plus website to redeem. The code will be on the YouTube, so go watch it, and we're going to give one away. We're going to do that multiple times. And if you miss out on this one, tune into the Lottery Ball segment presented by Paramount Plus, which will be at the end of the show. Go to ParamountPlus.com to start your free trial to watch your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, as well as additional exclusive NFL content. You love the NFL, you got to have Paramount Plus. It's the best out there. Paramount Plus, like I said, going to have the AFC Championship game, going to have 3 postseason games. So check it out right now. Go sign up with Paramount Plus. And if you're lucky enough, you got the free code, or you can listen to the end of the show where we have the Lottery Ball machine presented by our friends at Paramount Plus. You need Paramount Plus for football this fall.
I like that we're rewarding the people that watch right away.
Yeah, exactly. The first person is going to be like, holy shit, this is me? All right, I'm done. I'm in. I got it. Free
also,
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus kicks ass. It's got Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
That's all you need
It's
to know.
got great stuff.
Beavis and Butthead, maybe the best show of all time.
Great kid shows, too. I use Paramount Plus all the time. Okay, Mount Rushmore of worst people on public transportation. Hank, since he has gone solo, has put back-to-back 13% votes.
Ooh. Consistent.
Today was 12.
12? Oh, 13 and then 12. So he's getting worse.
Jake was such an alpha move right there, being factually correct, but completely unnecessarily burying Hank.
This is the penultimate Mount Rushmore.
Okay, penultimate Mount Rushmore. Who should we have go first? I think
maybe we've got a deep roster. I think.
Yeah, maybe
on ours,
have
right?
Hank and maybe go Hank and then Jilly and then us.
If Hank has bullets himself again, then you give Hank as much rope as he wants, and he'll just hang himself. So yeah, go ahead, Hank.
I actually had someone text me who's a friend of mine who's listens to the show but not super into the internet. And he's like, did he pick the terrorist organization? I was like, no, he picked Hezbollah. So that's how bad the pick was.
Hezbollah.
Worst people on public transport. ISIS.
Come on, let's go. Hank.
I mean, you can make the argument.
That's actually that's actually a good fuck.
I can't believe I gave it away.
We gave that away.
The person who plays music with no headphones.
Okay.
Good
choice.
Thank you.
Good choice.
Hank's so on edge right now.
No, I'm not.
You're looking around. You got the shifty eyes.
I don't have an edge. I've lost my edge.
You're dull.
You've no edge left?
I'm edgeless.
You're smooth.
Damn. What's happened to our boy? Someone tweeted me this morning, PFT, was like, when Mount Rushmore season's over, will you stop bullying Hank? And I was like, he tweeted at both of us. And I was like, no.
Hank bullies himself.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I don't have an edge, and I'm excited for football to come back and, positive vibes and all that shit. But you guys destroyed Mount Rushmore forever. You took a bunch of dynamite and blew it up last year.
I think this has been an incredible Mount Rushmore season.
When you threw the pizza toppings Mount Rushmore, you turned Mount Rushmore into the Live tour.
Okay.
This is just an exhibition, and that's fine.
I noticed that your reasons for us ruining Mount Rushmore have changed.
No, that's always been it.
Oh, that. Okay.
I
think this has been a very funny, very good Mount Rushmore season.
Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been great. The feedback that we've gotten has been tremendous.
I agree. I'm happy. If you guys are happy, I'm happy.
Okay, then Hank's happy.
Great. Hank, you're happier than all of us.
Are you happy?
Yeah, really
I'm very happy.
Then I'm
super
thrilled.
happy.
Are you happy, Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy, you've put up 2 dubs in the last 16.
Max, are you happy?
I'm the most happy.
Yeah, because you're not with Hank anymore.
Yeah, sounds like the vibes are great here. We're all happy.
Thinking of taking terrorists for the first pick.
I mean, it's not a bad pick.
I kind of want to go with it.
Okay.
They are the worst people on public transport.
No, that is not our pick.
Okay, what is your pick?
Who's the alpha on this team, Billy?
Max, did any stick out to you? I feel like they're all pretty similar.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
if I was being a sourpuss, I'd say maybe figure this out before we start recording. But I'm not going to say that. I'm happy you guys are just doing this live.
Mm-hmm.
Hank's just angry because he's losing. We're going to go with...
Tune into the disc golf video today.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Talk about it.
When is that coming out?
It comes out. It's out now. If you're listening or watching, it's already out. It's talk about happy times.
It's so much worse than I remembered it. It's so bad.
I've never seen Hank and Jake at more odds than this video.
Nice layup.
He literally picked it up.
Shut the fuck up.
All you guys do is accuse people of cheating. Worry about your own game.
We're not accusing people of cheating. We're just keeping them honest.
No,
and you guys have a proven track record of being dishonest.
You accuse me of cheating. That's just say it all.
I'm like trolling, but Jake just can't. Like, he takes it so seriously.
No, that's how they play. Hank accuses us of cheating, but he's the worst sport ever. So it's so funny.
I mean, you guys were trying to cheat. You guys were trying to cheat.
Echolocation.
It's great. The AWLs will love it.
And it was so great too because it was. I remember vividly. It was the end of Grit Week, and I was just like ready to go home and see my family.
It was the very last day, like right before we went to the plane. So everyone was so on edge, and it was legitimate tension. It was legitimate tension.
Because I was like watching these guys just go at each other.
I wasn't on edge at all, but I think Jake was a little on edge because he didn't have as much water as he would have liked.
My camelback broke right before.
Yeah, so Jake had to make do playing like 9 holes of mini golf with 2 giant water bottles. And he was stressed out about that.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Stressed out about the sun.
It's a terrible spot to be in.
Yeah. And Jake, Jake is he's not really a road dog. There are things about road life that I think affect Jake's day-to-day schedules more than it affects really messy, unorganized people like myself. Mm-hmm. So at the end of this, he was on edge, and Hank knows exactly how to get under his skin, and also vice versa. So check it out.
It was great. I think there was a moment where I talked to PFT on the side, and I was just like, Jake hasn't been on 7 Grit Weeks. At the end of Grit Week, you just got to just kind of shut up and go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were good right afterwards. So
we're
great.
We're great.
We're happy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, here we go.
Everyone's
Your
happy.
second pick.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, this entire conversation, the entire time, Billy's just been thinking about terrorists on a fucking train in his head. Wow, he's been Mark Wahlberg himself, being like, "I'd take him down so fast." Okay, here we go.
All right, we're gonna go with person who talks on the phone on speaker.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, it's just so unnecessary, and no one cares about your conversation.
That was our second pick too.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we want to do? I think we
We're
got to go
terrorists?
our one. Yeah, let's go terrorists.
Yeah, we'll go terrorists.
I told you we should have gone terrorists.
Terrorists are by far the worst people.
I can't believe that you guys didn't take terrorists. Like, there's nothing worse than terrorists.
A terrorist on a public transportation, really bad time.
Yeah.
Just a really, really bad time. Okay, and then our second pick will be the guy who poops. And you get on the train and it just smells like shit. And it's just like, oh, fuck. You always show up on that train. You're like, oh, nice. A lot of seats.
Jersey Jerry?
No. Well, it could be. Yeah. No,
I think we were thinking of the guy that maybe has already pooped when you get on the train. You're like, oh, that's why nobody
the people that got on the train after Jersey Jerry.
No one's at that end of the train.
Right.
And
you hop on, you're like, free seat. And then you get on and you're like, oh, fuck. That's why no one's sitting near here, because there's poop. So, yeah, Jersey Jerry.
I can't believe you guys talked me out of Terrace.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great pick by us.
I honestly don't think that we need to pick again. I think Terrace and Poop Guy.
How can you say, like, what would you say? Like, oh, no, this person is listening to music too loud. Oh, no, this person's trying to kill us all. Which one's worse?
What kind of music is it?
Okay, your second pick.
I'm actually taking charge of this next one. Drunk and disorderly puker.
Yes,
the
good
drunk
pick.
guy who pukes on the train.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a cousin of the poop guy.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, well, this ruins the whole train car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good one.
Have you ever been that guy?
Have you ever been that guy?
That was a yes. That was an extreme. No, I haven't.
Good job,
I'm
Billy.
polite. I go between the cars and puke and pee and poop.
Nice.
Because I, risk my life.
That's illegal.
When are you big on the laws?
Yeah,
Fair
true.
point.
Okay, Hank. Yeah, you wish you had terrorists.
No, I know, and I want to say something else, but now I'm like, I
Oh.
don't want to like go over the top.
Well, just
What could be more over the
go
top?
over the top.
Rapists.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, but it's going to look bad being the second pick that you had.
Yeah, that's true. You wait. Is Hank's order of crimes listening to music too loudly? Rape.
No headphones. Right. Yeah. No, that whatever.
By the way, can I? Because we're in the trust tree. This is weird to say right after you said rapist is your pick, but I've caught myself a couple times not having headphones and listening. Like, I don't do it on the train, but walking down the street, I'll just have it on like a podcast if I'm trying to listen for a couple blocks.
Yeah. Do you do the move where you hold it up to the ear?
Kind of a power move.
I always hold it up to
like
the ear.
kind of close, but you could definitely hear it. I don't know.
I think
I'm kind of into it.
After being in the podcast game for so long, I know that there's so many times where we say something on this show that I would not want somebody to listen to me listening to
Correct.
on speakerphone. So I just always go like right up to the ear. with
Yeah.
it.
Very, very low.
I mean, I have something that it's probably gonna make me sound like an absolute freak, but I think about this all the time when I'm on public transportation. It's like if I could pick a superpower, it wouldn't be like the greatest superpower in the world, but I wish that I could know what other people are listening to. Like, you ever just look at the people that you're on the train with, and you're like, what is that person listening to? What is that person listening to? What is that person listening to? It'd be so interesting.
It would.
I like that. I've always thought.
I'm always just like, what is like? Are they listening to music? Listening to podcasts? Like, size them up.
I've thought a cool thing would be if you had that feature if you were in a car on the highway, and you get to know what every other car around
be
you,
cool too,
what they have on.
Yes. And then you see the person who's not listening to anything, you're like, stay away from them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, rapist bad. And then we'll go with
long story short.
Yeah, long story short.
Similar vein, the person that puts their bag on an open seat next to them.
Okay.
I had that next. Good pick.
Okay.
Thanks, Jake.
You guys have a pick.
Should we go with like the worst person ever?
Worse than terrorists.
We're
Billy's going to go with
Joe Biden.
Bossy
Max,
women.
I like your first one. Would you like to announce it?
Yeah.
Your mic.
My bad. Someone who eats warm food or just smelly food. Food.
Yep. That's a good one. That is a very good one. Okay. What do we want to do?
Joe Biden's not a bad pick. He used to take the train all the time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Peter King, he's a big train guy.
Huge.
He's
train
always
guy.
half of his football column would be about the Acela.
And Allagash White. I think 4 actually. So I was thinking more. I know it's
Just
an iteration,
inconvenience?
but
Memes
it's
has
more
been
the guy
asking to do this
standing.
Mount Rushmore for like a month.
He contributed.
Okay.
I think it's the guy standing, or we could do number 8. That guy sucks too.
Ooh, 8's bad.
Yep.
4's bad, and you know what?
11's
bad too.
All right, so we'll go. All right, so our next pick will be the person who doesn't let people get off before they get on. Just doesn't listen to like the most basic rules of decorum, where they're just trying to shove their way on before everyone can get off, and it just fucks up the whole flow.
It jams people up. It creates the traffic jam goes all the way back to the inside of the train, like the middle of the train.
The worst. All right, and then
I think I go 8.
Okay, I like that.
We're gonna go huge bike guy. The guy that's standing there with his giant bike that he could be riding at this exact time, but instead he's choosing to take up space for about 7 or 8 other people that could be on that train.
Like you have the means of transportation.
That's only if it's crowded.
But I mean, this is
public transportation.
Yeah, right. It's pretty much always crowded.
Yeah, so if any of these, you could say if it was like an empty train, no big deal.
Yeah, like if I was on an empty train with a terrorist, it'd be like, well, can only kill one person. I guess I'll skip today.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
not worth his time.
Right.
So our pick?
Yes.
So we're gonna go with aggressive panhandler.
Okay.
Like it's okay if you're down, like. But if you're aggressive, getting people's faces, like almost shaking them down with the use of intimidation, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. That definitely sucks.
There with yelling.
Yep.
The yelling.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I got spat on by a guy.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't do anything, you pussy.
I didn't. Well, I bucked, and then I took a step back, and I was like, it's not. You know what? It's not worth it.
That's one of those moments where it's like, oh man, I would fuck someone up who spit on me, and then when it happens in reality, you just don't do anything.
You're just shocked
because you're just like, what? I don't want to do anything here. There's nothing I can do. Okay, Hank, last pick.
My last pick. When I used to live in Williamsburg, there was always entertainers because it's a long subway ride from the Williamsburg stop to the Manhattan. So people like the entertainers would basically just get on, go to Manhattan, and then go back reverse because it's like a 10-minute stop. You can do like kind of a performance.
Right.
So I dealt with this a lot. And some people are good. I enjoy the people that dance, even though they borderline. You're like, maybe this person's gonna kick someone in the face. Like that'd be awesome. Maybe they're doing some cool shit. It's fun.
The hat guy that's always bouncing the hat around.
Yeah,
I like
that
guy.
I have no problem with that. I enjoy it. It's a nice little mix up. End of day of work. Like you get a little entertainment. But by far the worst is a bad singer.
Yeah.
Like someone who comes on and they're just going through the motions. They'll sing for like 2 seconds, then walk around expecting money, or they're just bad. Like they're not doing it to entertain. They're just doing it because they think they can,
bad entertainers,
panhandle and just get a little money, and it's just like, it's brutal. So bad singers, or when they're singing right next to you and you like have your headphones in and it's like you can't even hear your music. You can't block them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. We had that on our list as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about this on the show one time about how some of our biggest fears are we end up in a viral video.
Oh,
where
yeah, that's mine.
It's like a world-class musician playing the most expensive violin ever created, and people just walking past them and not paying attention. And then you end up on the internet be like, look what society has become. Look at all these assholes.
Yes.
And then you're one of those guys.
Yeah. That does suck.
I think that might have been on like Irrational Fears Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
That I think about constantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll just stop and stand there for 2 minutes just in case.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do we miss? So you had backpack on the seat guy. I think there's a different one, a cousin of that. It's big backpack guy when you're standing, and they don't do the thing where they put it in front. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
That always sucks. Memes texted. Gay Spanish guy who takes acid and starts pretending to touch people, then the guy he pretends to touch beats the shit out of him, making a huge scene.
What?
That seems pretty
So which
specific.
one? So both of them?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's going after the guy that got beat up.
Yeah.
Memes?
Yeah,
that's
we didn't
what he
use that
said.
one.
No, we didn't use that one. I think that has to have been a meme.
I don't know.
He said it's all from personal experience.
Oh, okay.
The person who pushes you in front of a moving train in season 2 of a TV show because your DC Politics blog is getting too close to figuring out your plan to go from House Whip to President.
Mm-hmm.
That guy sucks. Probably sucks in real life, too.
Spoiler, House of Cards. We can't watch it anymore. Guy who jumps in front of the train and delays everyone.
So that happened 3 days in a row on the PATH train.
A guy died.
The same guy?
Different
That guy
guys.
sucks.
Am I not right, Hank? It was ridiculous. That's
I
how
saw
Hank and I ended up on the ferry.
Yeah, some comedian had a bit about it where it was just like, that's how cold people in New York are. Is like they'll come over the over the intercom, being like, "Yeah, we have an incident. Someone has jumped in front of the train," and it was like, "Damn, fuck, I'm gonna miss my meeting." It's like, yeah, someone died.
Maybe if they were more considerate in life.
Yeah.
What about the guy that yawns really loudly and strangely on a train?
Mm-hmm.
Probably tired.
Yeah. The Mets fan that
Oh,
screams.
If you don't want,
fuck,
if
we
you don't want
forgot
to deal
the
with that
biggest
person,
one.
don't take public transportation.
Yeah.
jerk off guy.
Oh,
guy jerking off in the middle of the subway.
I kind of like that.
That's how you officially become
that on the list.
That's how you become a New Yorker. Is the first time you encounter a jerk off guy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't phase you.
No.
You don't become a New Yorker until it doesn't phase you. Because I remember the first time and I was like, whoa. And then during COVID, there was like a dude who I'm pretty sure just jerked off every day at the corner of our office. Yeah. And I'd just see him every day. Just be like, all right, cool.
I was out.
Do your thing.
I was out for a run. This was like a year ago. I may have told you about this. And I come around the corner and there's a guy that's standing on the sidewalk.
You came around the corner?
Yeah, Billy, I came around the corner. So I was out for a jog. I was coming around the corner, and this guy looks at me. It's kind of a secluded spot that he's in, so it's not like a super public part of the road. And he looks at me, and he's surprised because I'm coming around the corner. And he's like, oh, no, because he's nutting. He's starting to nut just as I come around the corner. And I stop. I'm like, oh, my God. And I run, and I hear his sperm hit the cardboard box that's in front of him. It was fucking disgusting. I don't think as many years as you can live in New York, that will never be, you'll never be desensitized to hearing another man come.
No, definitely not. I guess this would be related to the guy who's masturbating is PDA people. People who are just making out in everyone's face. What else we have? Oh, I did say, the big Mets fan. Both literally and figuratively, who just screams at everyone whenever there's a delay.
Yep, incompetent.
Not anyone specific, but that guy.
Let's see, who else do we have?
I do love that guy.
The one he did the other day, like I just respect his like lack of giving a fuck. Where it got delayed and he just whipped out his cell phone and was screaming, and like there's people like from me and Jake's distance, and he was like panning around, like people. You know, it's awkward.
We're all in this
together. It's awkward to pull your cell phone out and like start talking and ranting. Like usually you try and do it somewhere privately. Like he just busted his phone out and was just like screaming.
State of New Jersey Transit. We got one train stuck here. We got one train stuck here. We got one train stuck here. And the board does not have you any announcements. It just says the 1025 is coming in 3 minutes. It's been saying that for 30 minutes. The 1041 is coming in 40 minutes. The 1044 is coming in 5 minutes. Not like you can hear any announcement. They don't tell you. They don't care. They say, oh, we're sorry for the inconvenience. They are never sorry for the inconvenience. This is New Jersey Transit. This is the worst run system in the world. We pay, and it's expensive, and nobody gives a flying fuck.
And the people were just standing there like, hello?
Yeah, right. Like, we're all just stuck here. This sucks. Yeah. Body odor guy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Smelly person.
Terrible. I think that was it for our whole list. Oh, the person who just doesn't know how to ride the train and doesn't hold on. And then you get a stop and they just like fucking
domino.
Yeah,
tourists.
They just hit everyone like a bowling ball.
I do that, but like I brace my feet because I don't want to touch the poles,
oh my
especially during COVID.
Jake, so you are that guy.
Yeah, but I don't fly.
You go surfing.
Prepare.
You go swag subway surfing.
But you definitely fly sometimes.
No.
Really?
I've never flown.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You're going to. You just jinx yourself.
Yep.
You announcers jinx
it's
yourself.
It's definitely going to happen.
We'll see, yeah.
I used to have a big problem differentiating tourist and terrorist when I was much younger, and I used to use them in the wrong places.
What were you talking about, like last month? Much younger?
No, like I was like younger.
Like the words.
Like, are those tourists or terrorists? And I'd point it, when I was younger.
Wait,
are you really bad?
Are you saying you didn't know the difference between the words, or you saw somebody like a tourist with a map and a camera, and you're like, they're a terrorist?
I would mix it up because they're kind of easy to mix up. Tourist, terrorist.
Also, I can understand, like, my son is now at the age where he's like just says stuff out loud. Like we saw twins the other day, and he just like said out loud, like, "What are those?"
I like that. I like that.
I'm just like, okay, cool. So yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, Billy. Yeah.
I used to ride the bus with my grandmother sometimes, and there were some nuns on the bus, and she told me that they were witches.
Ooh,
that was good. That fucked me up for a few years.
Yeah, fucking Roald Dahl's Witches movie. That fucked me up for I watched that way too young.
That's probably why I hate Sister Jean, actually.
Yeah, dude. I think I saw that movie when I was like 7, and that movie is not for 7-year-olds. Okay, good Mount Rushmore. Last one on Tuesday. Team Hank will have a super team. It'll be Team Hank squared with Tom Fernelli. All right, PFT, you got a quick word before we get to Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah.
Incredible fantasy football preview.
Before we get to JOC, he's brought to you by Game Time. Jake's about to use Game Time to go to the U.S. Open this weekend. We've all used Game Time here. Game Time is a very, very easy app to use, and you get the best last-minute ticket deals. You can use it for sports, concerts, shows. I went to see Sum 41. I went to see Flogging Molly and the Interrupters this summer. Game Time came in huge on that one, and they guarantee the lowest price. If you're looking to go to MLB games, football season, I'm telling you, use Game Time. It will save you money, and it's super easy to do even at the last minute. We love Game Time here at Barstool Sports. They're the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool, and we're going to give you $20 off your first purchase. Hey, it's me, PFT. Here's $20 in your pocket. Do you want it? Good. Download the Game Time app, go to the account tab, create a login, redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Some terms apply. Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, the lowest price, guaranteed. Now, here's our great friend, Jerry O'Connell.
Okay. It is one of our favorite guests, favorite people in the world. We've been the AWL has been clamoring for this. It is our good friend Jerry O'Connell, JOC for our fantasy football preview.
I'm actually technically an AWL. I mean, I know that AWL is clamoring for it, but I am.
Yeah, have you been clamoring for yourself?
Actually, I was shocked to hear how many people are basing it's a joke because I have no authority in the fantasy football world at all. Like these people, if you listen to these podcasts, these people crunch numbers and everything and understand about defenses and offenses and contract negotiations and whether where Lamar Jackson is in his own negotiations and all that sort of stuff. But I have I don't have a degree in this at
but
all.
You have strong opinions, Jerry. On. And the thing is, I saw somebody tweet this the other day. I'm excited to hear what 30 players should be eligible to be drafted in fantasy football because you hate so many teams.
Yeah, what 16 teams are we not drafting anyone from?
Well, actually, I do have a lot of negativity toward a majority of the league. You're correct. And it just comes from experience of being let down year after year in fantasy football. I've said this on your show before, and I'll say it again. The last time I won fantasy football, Derek Anderson, Braylon Edwards, and Maurice Jones-Drew were my starters. And so that was before a lot of your listeners
But I think that's very relatable.
They don't even know.
Nobody wins fantasy football. I'm convinced that nobody actually wins in this sport because I never win either.
Oh, but fellas, we had a really good draft last night. I got to say, that CJ McCollum draft, they were really drafting. They were just drafting whatever the website was saying. Oh, this is the next valuable player. But I have spent thousands of dollars on programs and sites, and I've done research, and I was picking the most perfect picks for you and your fantasy league last night. I
appreciate you doing this.
I really invested not only a lot of my time, but a lot of my money. And I really had to sift through. When you're getting help from fantasy sites, some of them, I just click on all of them. I get a little tipsy at night and I'm like, oh, this looks good. And you'll click on it and you'll give them your credit card, which is it's just such a mistake because it's like joining like a vitamin program where they keep charging you for vitamins and you literally have to get a lawyer to get them to stop charging
you could just say OnlyFans. We know that you signed up for OnlyFans and then you just always every day when they're like, hey, look at these new pictures and you're just like, all right, hit it. It's okay.
Well, it's just difficult too because I'm not going to mention any specific sites, but you mentioned that site, your family then can see on your credit card bill what you're paying for, and then it's brought up in front of your children, and it just becomes a thing,
That would be a very embarrassing credit card report to be read aloud in a court of law if it ever comes to that situation where it's like 17 different sites that start with
it's not a court
Roto.
of law. It's more like therapy, like therapists, like
All right, so
therapists. That's like embarrassing when there's evidence. Like you have to be careful of those paper trails. But I joined one fantasy like guidance site, and I could just tell they were like from Chechnya, and like they were like, yes, you will draft Thurman Thomas. Draft.
Let's win your league in 1992. Yeah. Wait, so Jerry.
Yes, this is the Jim Kelly is the best quarterback for your team this season. We need social security number for your fantasy league and date of birth and mother's maiden name.
There's only one person that we were going to ask to be the general manager of our team. We tried to do it last year. I sent you on a wild goose chase for that draft, and I apologize for that one. That was a debacle. You spent probably hours at a computer waiting to get the right information. I couldn't get it to you. But
doesn't matter. I did go to a FedEx office, and it was me just punching the screen in a FedEx office, and people recording me and saying, "Look at this unhoused person going crazy."
Yeah, you end up on
FedEx
TMZ.
office.
Somebody taking a cell phone video. Jerry O'Connell breaks a FedEx office clean open because he's frustrated he can't log into his fantasy draft.
But we should say, Jerry, this is a real league. So CJ McCollum's league, everyone here in this room and in part of my take room, we're paying real money. I think it's $2,500. It's real money. You're our general manager. So why don't you? We have no idea who you drafted. Why don't we go down the list and give us who you drafted and tell us your reasoning behind it, and then we can do some big picture stuff for the people at home.
All right. You have it in front of you? Or
No, you're going to break the news to us. We haven't checked it. So I don't know if you know any of the other players in the league, but the ones that you might know, Julius Randle is in that league, and then Turtle, Jerry Ferrara is in the league as well.
Yeah. Heard of all those guys.
So yeah, we'll let you break the news to us because I have no idea who you drafted. I'm just excited as you were last night. This is like unveiling it to me.
All right, here we go. First of all, my team's name is Jerry's Kids, which those who may or may not remember, that was they were special needs children.
Isn't that what?
So it's a joke I've heard a lot.
Is that Jerry Sandusky's?
No, that was.
No.
That was the first mile or something. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
So with my first pick last night, I took the Derrick Henry. Now I had a choice between Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook, and I had Dalvin Cook in another league last season, and he didn't really produce. I'm sorry. He did on one like Thursday night game against the Cardinals in like week 18 when it didn't matter. And I just, the computers were telling me to take Dalvin, but I went with Derrick Henry. He's just
and he gets to play against the Jaguars twice and the Texans twice. Yeah. So that's always good.
Okay.
And they don't have really, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, any other weapons other than him. So he's going to see a lot of production. And so I took Derrick Henry as your first pick, and I felt very good about it.
That's his nickname. Very cool.
Yeah. For your second pick, I took Breece Hall because I love the Jets. I'm kidding, everyone.
No, but that's you. You would take that. That's not crazy.
You thought about taking him.
No, for your second pick, I took and I'm with BC on this one. I took Javonte Williams. I think I'm with BC here, and I believe the Broncos are going to have a pretty epic season. I think it's going to be an offensive powerhouse. I also have a theory about the Broncos because the air is thin up there. They just air it out, and McManus is just kicking field goals, and just Wilson is just throwing it in the air, and the ball travels farther because it's so thin in the air.
Okay, so there is people that say the zero running back strategy. We're going with all running back strategy.
Listen, I'm an old school gentleman. I draft 2 running backs in the first 2 rounds. That's how I go. And I'm not drafting a tight end until the 5th round. That's how I am. I'm old school. I came up on fantasy when you would have to open up the paper Monday morning and check your stats, and then you would do the math and tell the rest of the team how you did. I'm an old school fellow. A lot of these kids have their apps, have their websites. That's not how I roll. They're drafting in a lot of leagues. Justin Herbert has been going the 3rd and 4th pick. That's not how I do it. I'm an old school fantasy football player. Old school. OS for life.
You're Smash Mouth.
Okay.
You're a Smash Mouth guy. Right. So, but what would you say to the people that are like, hey, Jerry, yeah, they throw the ball a lot in Denver. They like to air it out. A lot of points being put up by Russell Wilson, as you actually just said that a second ago. But Javonte Williams is a running back.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that – I trust you.
Listen, a lot of kids do, stupid things these days. They do, Tide Pod challenges as well. Does that mean I should go do a Tide Pod challenge? Like, no, I don't care what the kids are doing. This is how I roll. You made me look. I mean, I know you had Coach Arians on the other day. He was real old school. I'm old school. I'm old school.
Run the damn ball. Okay.
Sorry, you're getting 2 running backs.
Okay. All right.
With your 3rd pick, I took Keenan Allen. Who it's so funny. I had some options here. Justin Herbert went. I had a shot to go for Josh Allen, but the computers were telling me it was a little more of a stretch to grab him. But I went with Keenan Allen. I'm going to tell you in a moment who everyone should and shouldn't be drafting. I should say this is just my opinion. Please don't write me after this and say you lost your league because of this advice. This is just, this is a bad time to tell you this, but it's just sort of like whimsical. It's by,
I don't like that.
By my whims.
Okay.
I have no proof as to these results or numbers or anything. Whereas if you listen to a real fantasy football podcast, they have numbers to back things up. This is just based on my anger in fantasy
How many
football.
teams in this league? 12?
12.
12. Okay. All right. I was just looking because I was just trying to figure it out. Javonte Williams ranked, he's a tier 3 running back. We got him in the 2nd round, though. That's pretty good value, right?
I want to apologize. I may have taken yeah, we got him in the
Okay. All right. So let's go to round 4.
That's totally fine. Listen, you probably would have taken him in the 1st.
But, I had to circle back, and it's that circle back. You get so scared of somebody else, like God forbid Jerry Ferreira picks him up or something, or
So what pick did we have? Were we Derrick Henry? What was he like? Okay,
6. All right,
so
that's the middle.
That's where you got bad luck with the draft order. You don't want to be 6.
Yeah.
I think 6th is a good place to be. I'm not taking Christian McCaffrey. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking Najee Harris. I'm not. I like 6th.
All right. So round 4.
Round 3. We're at. I took Keenan Allen. Okay, round 4. Well, this is where you are going to get a little upset. I did take Breece Hall. I'm so sorry. I told you guys I have to have one Jet on my team.
God damn it.
I can't take Zach Wilson. Who knows what's going to happen there? It's probably going to be Flacco. We got to have a Jet. I got to do it for Billy. I got to do it for we got to have a Jet. I mean, we're going to watch the first 2 Jets games anyway, so we might as well see what
Okay, so that's actually a fair strategy. I like that, looking at what teams will be in prime time at the start of the year, where we're going to have to watch their games, and then drafting players from those teams. I like that because it makes it a little bit more fun.
The Jets are never going to be in prime time. They're never. I mean, I live on the West Coast. Those games, usually the games start at 10 a.m., which is an awesome reason to move to the West Coast, by the way, everyone, because you wake up and there's football happening immediately. You don't have that 3-hour window where you're still shaking from the night before and you don't know what to do with yourself. There's no excuses. You can jump right into football. But I just have, you guys know my rules. I have to have a Brown and I have to have a Jet.
You do know your rules.
And I have to have Jags.
I'm looking right now. Yes, the Jets do have a primetime game. Week 16, Thursday night against the Jaguars.
Oh, love it. That's going to be a hell of a game.
Week 16?
Against the Jaguars.
Thursday night against the Jaguars. That is their prime
I'm calling it right now.
Ratings to the roof.
Brees Hall is going to go off that game.
Better make sure my Amazon Prime is up to date.
All right. So
Even Bezos
so
more
we have
money. That Blue Origin
we
money.
have 3 running backs in 4 rounds. Tell me who we got in round 5. Not another running back.
No, we actually went Joe
Okay.
Burrow.
Okay, good.
Good pick.
I just like having. There's really only like 3 or 4 quarterbacks I really wanted. Russell Wilson's been going late in a lot of these. I don't know. It's a sexy pick. It's
love
a sexy
Joe.
pick.
It's
a sexy pick.
Yes. Okay. This feel like we're moving in the right direction here.
Then things got a little dicey. Because the computers were starting to like say different things for me. Because I have a number of websites that are giving me live information as to who I should be picking. So the numbers were. It's sort of like it was like crypto. It was like I didn't understand.
So
what
like
was happening.
high-speed transactions, you pay for so many services that will actually coach you through your draft.
Yeah, well,
it was slowing down your computer.
It was also probably confusing because in round 6 they were probably like, now's a good time to take Brees Hall.
You're gonna be really upset. But I was afraid he was gonna leave us and get taken off the board. I took Melvin Gordon next because I really want to handcuff Javonte.
Okay, no. I understand the logic. Okay.
So we now have a handcuff in round 6.
You're going to laugh, but when Javonte Williams, when he like pulls a hamstring week 2, we're going to be kissing Jerry's toes.
Smart to get a handcuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Of our backup running back. We got to because I have
BC, first of all, I want to thank you for your confidence, but BC,
okay, all right.
Come on, man. You put me in charge of this. Let me own it.
I'll be positive, but I just want to remind everyone, I have a feeling that our starting running backs are going to be Derrick Henry and Brees Hall because of the Jet stuff. So now we have on our bench a
We can put one as a wide receiver.
Flex. He is going in about the 5th round.
All right, good value.
Great value. Great job.
Fleeced.
I just want to say I'm not going to doubt myself because that's some like Derek Blau stuff when you're like kind of shaky and like, oh gosh. I'm not doing that. Like I stand by these decisions. Like some of these other, Julius Randle and Jerry Ferreira and CJ McCollum, they were like picking all over the place. And I wanted to make sure that I had a handcuff just in case, last season, because it was auto picked and we had the first pick, it chose Christian McCaffrey, and I didn't have Chuba Hubbard on my team when he went down. And one of the other goofballs in this league already had him, and we were fucked hard, in the dick,
in the butt. Yeah.
I mean, it really screwed up our season. So I'm not letting that happen again. I also, part of my job as your manager, as your GM, is to protect you. I'm here to protect you. And if Javonte goes down, which is a possibility, because the air is thin up there, don't know what that has to do with whether bones are brittle or not. But like, I just want to protect.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Okay, 7th round.
If you took Michael Carter, I'm going to kill you.
7th round. I took I took you're gonna be a little upset because he is questionable, but I took Jalen Waddle. He was still on the board.
I like
in the
that.
7th round.
I don't hate it. I like him in that offense.
Yeah, and he's got the cool dance, the touchdown dance.
And by the way, and it's a bargain. He was there in the 7th round. I had to take him. The computers were yelling at me in Chechnya. Okay. Then this was interesting. This was interesting. I saw him up there, and also BC, I agree with you. I think he's going to have a good season. I took Kirk Cousins next. I know we have Joe Burrow. I know.
Jerry, who are these guys going to throw to?
Listen,
Big Cat, wait, why is he saying that he trusted you on this?
And I don't know when I say all these things. I don't know.
Kirk Cousins, that motherfucker.
You talk a lot about Kirk Cousins having a good season and talking about Kevin O'Connell. By the way, he's being coached by an O'Connell.
Okay, you're right. You're right. That is, you have to do that. Your brother coaches the Vikings. You have to do it.
And someone could trade us for him. I just he's just too valuable. And also I saw that a lot of other people in back of me in the 8th round hadn't drafted a quarterback yet. And I wanted him there. Someone's going to offer us a trade. All right, after that, Hollywood Brown, he was still in the 9th round or 10th round. That's a deal, a steal. Then I think I took Dawson Knox because I had to get a tight end in there. And you're about to hear I love Buffalo. And then Traylon Burks was still on the board, so I took him next. Sky Moore, I think, was my 11th or 12th rounder.
I like that.
And then I had to handcuff. Guys, I'm all about protecting you and handcuffing. So I got Hassan Haskins, who's that running back over at Tennessee, to handcuff with Derrick Henry in case he breaks his foot again.
I see. This is you had a couple blips, but I feel like you corrected yourself here.
And then at that point, my wife was yelling at me because the draft went on a little long. I mean, wow, Julius Randle really takes the entire 2 minutes that he gives, that he gets. And my wife was yelling at me, and I had to go on auto draft. So I didn't get a kicker, but good news on the waiver wire, we have a claim in for Mr. Crisscross Applesauce himself, Rodrigo Blankenship, who I think is going to be the kicker for it this season.
I like that a lot, Jerry. I like him as a kicker. He wears cool glasses, and again, it goes back to my strategy of AFC South players. If you get somebody from the Colts or you get somebody from the Titans, or you get one of their two defenses that you can pick up maybe off the waiver wire whenever they play against the Texans or the Jaguars, I think that's good to have.
Yeah, I did have Mr. Blankenship on a few of my teams last season, and when he did decide to sit out that game and sort of just angrily pout on the sidelines, I know he was injured. It made me feel hatred for him, and like now when I see him in those glasses or even any mention of him, it made me angry at him. But I don't know. I'm willing to give him another shot.
You got a good heart.
And a lot of the computers say he's going to be kicker for this season.
That sounds good. And what we have to remember here,
guys, I feel
it's
good.
a 12-person league, so it's a lot of depth in this league. So I don't hate that lineup. I don't hate Kirk Cousins as a player. I have a deep-seated hatred for him. So I don't actually hate him. It's just personal at this point. Well, because
it's something to do with the Commanders?
With the Commanders and everything that happened while he was the quarterback there. I also just think he's kind of a nerd, but that's fine. I think he'll probably have a decent year with your brother.
I think you're conflating people's beliefs with being nerdy, and there's nothing wrong with being spiritual.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen how he cooks steak, though? He puts aluminum foil down on the grill.
How you like that? The only thing that really annoyed me was when he was in the tunnel going, "You like that?" That was a little.
Yeah, I heard he brought it back though. I heard he did that in practice at some point this year. So I don't know. We might have swaggy.
You're supposed to act like you've been there. All right, can I go through players?
Yeah, let's get your do not list.
Please.
What's on your do not list this year?
Okay. The NFC West. Let's start with the NFC West because I live here in Los Angeles. No Rams at all. Not one.
Why is that?
I'm going to tell you why. I live in Los Angeles. I've lived here for over 2 decades, and I have never met a Rams fan ever until about 7 months ago.
Okay.
And for example, my agent, who knows nothing, I've never talked to my agent about football ever. And you guys know, I come on your show, I talk football. I'm a football guy. and he just wants to talk about the Rams with me now, but he wants to talk about it in like an annoying way. Like I'll call him on the phone and he'll be like, "Hey, Jeff," and I'll be like, "You got that wrong. It's Jerry." And he'll say, "Hey, you guys, I know you love football. How about our Rams? I bleed blue and yellow now. It's crazy. Odell, right? Cooper. They're hot." And it just, Los Angeles, it's a town of bandwagoners. It just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And I can't root for any of them. It's not real. It's not a real dedication. It's not a lifelong.
It's fraudulent points. Whenever Cooper Kupp scores a touchdown, it's the tree falling in the forest.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
Yeah. And they get amazing seats, and like they don't pay for them, and they give them to every other client except for me. So
I'm on board.
The Rams. And I want to tell
you're
you
right. Like you'd rather watch Breece Hall lose 5 yards on a carry than Cooper Kupp score a 90-yard touchdown. That's real football.
We're going to get back to JOC in a second, but before we do, he's brought to you by Visible. We love Visible here. We've been talking about them for a long time. We're going to keep talking about them because they keep getting better. Visible starts at just $30 a month for a single-line plan, taxes and fees included, no family plan needed. You get unlimited data, talk, text, and hotspot with 5G included, which is great. Plus, they've upgraded their network so you can score a better-than-the-best experience, and it's all powered by Verizon. Yep, that network. And now they have a new plan that includes 5G ultra-wideband and global calling. That's a 2-for-2 upgrade in your wireless plan. Set yourself up for a wireless win. Join Visible. Visible is great. You guys are going to love it. Switch today at Visible.com. 5G ultra-wideband available only on Visible Plus plan. For data management practices, learn more at Visible.com. Additional terms apply. Now, here's more Jerry O'Connell.
You're so shady. Yesterday or Wednesday was so shady when you were talking to Coach Arians and you were like, "Oh yeah, not Drew Lock, Andrew Luck. Yeah, he had to tackle a lot after he got intercepted." You're so shady. I love all the shady stuff you do, BC. But also I will say this, Coach McVay. Something that annoys me about him a little bit. I have a friend who he like gets his hair done, and every time he walks past a mirror, he makes like a face, and he like looks in a mirror and he just pushes up the front of his hair. Like he just gets it perfect. And then he does like a look like, "Yeah, you look hot." Like Coach McVay looks like he just spends like a good 20 minutes on his hair before every game, and it's just like, that's not what I want from a coach. I want someone who's got a dip in his mouth and is crying, I want, and who
you want to root for the
Coach Campbell.
You want to root for the Lions, not the Rams.
Right. And we've told this story before, Jerry, but Sean McVay came up to PFT and I in Indianapolis at the Combine and was like, "What do you got against my beard?" Because we had made fun of his beard, and that's what you're saying. Like we want coaches. We make fun of, like, Arthur Smith. We made fun of his chin, and he took it on. Well, he doesn't have a chin, but he took it on wherever his chin should be.
His neck.
Yeah, I will say, and I should say it's a little scary because Coach McVay does live, where I live in Calabasas in Los Angeles, where all the Kardashians are from. Coach McVay lives around there. I don't want to get in trouble, but I have seen him. And he lives in the more wealthy section. I'm in ghetto. I'm in the lower income area of Calabasas. I'm not in a gated community.
Man of the people.
But there is a small gate, but I put it up. I got it just from Home Depot. I put it up. It's like chicken wire. But I'm afraid if I do see him, I don't know, it like In and Out or something, he's going to get in my face. But he does look a little boy bandy, just a touch, It's
interesting you bring that up because there's some people on this podcast that think he's the third toughest coach in the NFL. I just thought that was interesting when we did a battle royale of coaches.
He's a little jacked.
Little.
He's a little jacked, but
I agree. I hope it's not awkward if you run into him, though.
Stay in the NFC West. Absolutely no Seahawks this season. None whatsoever. It took me so long to get off of Nicorette. I can't watch Pete Carroll. It just makes me want to go buy Nicorette immediately. A Penny, who's their starting running back, is going to be injured in 2 weeks, and then I guess you stash Walker. But no receivers. I'm not betting on Drew Lock. Geno Smith is going to get punched and be out for the rest of the season anyway. Just stay away. Just stay away.
DK could get you some points if you're in a defensive league on tackles, though. He's got that chase down speed.
That was shady of you.
Yeah, I actually feel really bad for. I feel really bad for Lockett and DK. Actually, they're in a weird situation. I want to talk to you about the Cardinals. And obviously, I was addicted to Nicorette. I said that earlier, but also to cigarettes, which are super bad. No one should smoke. But I also used to dip. It's a little triggering watching Hard Knocks. Notice they don't do any shots of Dan spitting at all. But yesterday in this week's episode, you saw he was carrying a cup with the napkin in there and just some
old school,
some spittle in there. What do you think he'd choose? I bet he goes with.
I was gonna say Copenhagen.
I think he might go old school Red Man, just throw in the long stuff.
You can see the tin through his pocket.
Yeah.
So I.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change my answer. I bet he goes for cherry.
Oh, no way!
So, no, I disagree. There was a article that came out about Dan Campbell a couple weeks ago, and he says 2 things I like to taste in life: coffee and tobacco. So he doesn't put any milk or sugar in his coffee, and he doesn't do anything flavored with his tobacco.
Yeah, he's Copenhagen straight, probably.
There's 2 things I love to taste in life: coffee and ass.
It's like Jake.
Okay. But I did have a real Call of Duty problem. It is an addictive game. It just sucks you right in, and I get where Kyler is coming from. I mean, they give you medals. They dangle these medals in front of you. You get like a kill streak medal, a specialist medal. Just a few more hours. If you stay up, you get an anti-specialist medal. You get a rapid kill medal, a end of match medal, kill streak medal. They just dangle them, and you can't stop because you're so close to the next medal. And I get it. I actually feel for him. I actually think Kyler needs a little bit of help, like getting out of that video game addiction. It sucks you in.
Yeah, I agree. So we're drafting Cardinals?
PFT can't comment on this because PFT can't play Call of Duty. You don't know.
I quit. I quit playing Call of Duty. Actually, I picked it up last year.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing how much more you do with your life when you stop playing?
Well, no, because I switched over to flight simulators and I do that more now. So I switched branches of the military. Got into the Air Force.
Get to.
I still probably kill more people now. Sometimes orphans when my bombs miss, but yeah, I fly an F-15.
Huh. All right. Are you ready for this? I'm going to say something nice about the NFC West. Any 49ers.
Okay.
All of them. All the
Nice.
49ers. All of them. Love them. Their fandom is a little scary. I work with a gentleman who is a 49ers fan, and every Monday morning, he's a large man. I don't mean to physically judge people, but he's heavily tattooed, and he just every Monday morning he gets in my face, and he's always like, "Yeah, you like those Niners, right? You like that? You like that? You see that? You see what the Niners did? You like that? Punch you in the mouth, football. Punch you in the mouth, football. You like that? You have a soft mouth, actor mouth. You like that? You like the Niners? The Niners, man." So they're a little scary. Their fans. I'm gonna go as far as to say the Niners fans are maybe the scariest fans.
Over the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, Raiders fans are pretty scary. Raiders fans are pretty scary. I ever tell you about the story when I went to the Raiders game with my wife and why I'm not allowed to do football anymore?
I don't know if you have.
I'm a Chargers fan here in Los Angeles. I was a fan when they were in a different city, which we don't mention. The organization doesn't like that. So the Los Angeles Chargers. But when they were in a different city, I had season tickets, and I was just dating my wife, and I said, I have season tickets to the Chargers. Do you want to go? And my wife is from Northern California, and I said, they're playing Oakland. We should go. And my wife was not familiar with football at all, and with Raiders fans and Chargers fans, a altercation broke out near us, and my wife got hit with a beer, a beer everywhere, and we left, and in the parking lot, my wife and I got into a fight because my wife was like, "You didn't protect me. Like, I felt vulnerable there. Why didn't you protect me?" And I had to explain to her that I'm afraid of Raiders fans, and we're lucky we just got out with a beer spill. It could have been way worse. And my wife has not been to a football game since. Actually, I take that back. My wife went to a Los Angeles Chargers Raiders game again, but we had to go to a box.
Nice.
We had to sit in a
nice
box.
Nice. Okay, so who else is on the list?
So any 49ers. Okay, let's get to the NFC
we're doing every
East.
division. Okay.
Only Jalen Hurts. No one else in the NFC East. Only Jalen Hurts.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
No one else. I don't even have to talk about them. I'm sorry about the Commanders. I'm sorry about the Cowboys. I'm sorry about just nothing. Just only Jalen Hurts. I think the NFC East is maybe the worst. NFC North is pretty bad too, but I mean, just
Okay.
Jalen Hurts. I don't know
Okay.
what else to say. I think he's going to have a good season. Drafted before Joe Burrow. Can
Wow.
you believe that?
That is
Jalen
a little
Hurts.
shocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
NFC North. Oh man, let's talk about Hard Knocks for a second. This is going to get a little strange, but let's talk about the Hutchinson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's have this conversation.
I mean, you guys know I'm married. I'm happily. I'm married. We have issues. At times it's a happy marriage. At times, it's not a volatile marriage. There's not volatility, but at times there is just a disconnection. But I'm married, so this is like an imaginary situation. But I would have relations with this. The sisters are all over.
Yeah,
their-
You just say you'd have
Everyone's over
relations
18?
with all of the Hutchinsons.
Oh, Mom. By the way, I would fuck the dad. I would fuck the dad. I would. I'm not joking. I want to get on 23andMe. I want the cousins coming in. I want to fuck them all. I want the pets watching. I want to fuck that entire family.
Agreed.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They are amazing. They're so supportive. They watch the games. They birth and raise NFL players and beauty queens and sign me up.
Yeah.
My father gave me an addiction gene, and now debt. And this family, and I want to be with them physically. I want to be inside of them, all of them. And that includes Mr. Hutchinson.
Yeah,
all of them.
they're beautiful people. I think one of his sisters was Miss Michigan.
So as an IDP, you can take Hutch, but nobody. Oh God, that just got all Zach Wilson talking
That's
about
okay.
his mom, didn't I?
It's understandable.
That's fine.
You're a man.
But none of the Lions. Don't be fooled. DJ Shark isn't doing anything this season. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Only one NFC Northern player. Alan Lazard, I think, is
NFC
late
Northern.
round.
I like that.
I think he's going to do a little something.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, any Viking. I do like the Vikings.
I like that.
Except
Any
Dalvin
Viking.
Cook.
I think they're going to be good this year.
No, I think if you have like a 7th pick and he's up there, yeah, you have to take Dalvin Cook. And by the way, if you have like a 10th pick, you got to take Swift. I mean, like, these aren't like hard rules. Just try and stay away
Dalvin
from them.
Cook
Okay,
is off the board.
let's talk about the NFC South because I actually want to talk about this. I can actually talk about what's going on.
We have the sixth, but if you have the 7th pick and he's on the board, you should take him. Because Jerry got value in Derrick Henry there.
Yeah, and we did handcuff our quarterback in the 6th round with Kirk Cousins.
Billy tried to handcuff DeAndre Swift last year too.
Yep, that's true.
Guys, let's talk about the NFC South because this is actually something I could talk about. Tom Brady was in the news a lot, and he's quote going through some shit. And he looks GAUNT, gaunt, GAUNT. But he I can sort of speak on what's going on with him. And bear with me here. If you look it up, Hank, look it up, Billy, look it up. I am married this week to a former, my wife, I'm allowed to say this. This is not a humble brag because this is fact. My wife was a supermodel. Rebecca Romaine.
I think it's one of those things that if you're a supermodel, you're a supermodel for life, not former. Put some respect on your wife's name. She's a supermodel.
No. I know, but I'm not coming on here and lying about my situation. I'm telling you what is real.
Real quick, Jerry, have you ever asked her, like, when do you become a supermodel? When do you make that step from being a model and now, boom, supermodel?
I think it comes from a pay scale. My wife was represented, I think you're represented by that sports agency, IMG. So you're not just represented by some like model agent with a cigar hanging out of your mouth. You're represented by a large sports agency that also integrates you with young men, and brands. It's like a whole thing. So you're just on another level. So my wife is in that level. Obviously,
Jerry,
I'm not comparing her to Giselle. Giselle is...
I have to say one thing. So PFT and I obviously know who your wife is because she was very famous when we were growing up. Billy just looked her up, and he just gave me this smirk like, oh, fuck yes. So take that as a compliment.
Billy, can I suggest some of her work in the 1996 swimsuit issue?
He had no idea who she was, and he is a new... Billy will be masturbating to your wife tonight, just so you know.
Actually, I was about to complain about it, but it's kind of hot.
It's very hot.
I got to tell you, it's rare that this happens because I'm a man of a particular age, but I'm getting a tingle from that. Like it
was funny in Los Angeles when Billy met Jerry for the first time. He came across the bar and he was like, "Hey, my wife over there and I, we'd like to buy you a drink." And then he's like, "Oh, you're Billy Football." He didn't realize, but I guess you were just being really polite and saying hi to a nice young man.
Does Billy have to talk to Ben Mintz about this, or is it just like
they share everything? They share everything, Jerry. You know that.
All right. But I want to talk about being married to a model who my wife just doesn't get football. My wife actually dislikes football. She thinks it's brutal and doesn't think there's finesse, doesn't get this, doesn't get us, doesn't understand it, doesn't understand on Sundays why it has to take over. Why is it all day Sunday? Why is it on Thursdays now? Why is it on Mondays too? What is this? Why is it on Amazon? Why is it on TV? Why is it everywhere? And I think Tom Brady has to deal with a little bit of what I deal with all the time, which is living with someone who just doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. And you know what? I mean, my whole thing is, I just want to watch a couple quarters a weekend. That poor guy has to do it 6 days a week. I mean, it's gotta be tough. It's gotta be tough.
We feel for him.
And by the way, after you talking to Coach Arians yesterday, if he's on the road, I mean, he's probably going to be doing it in a studio. But it sounds like working games is just as hard a work as being.
It becomes your life at some point. Now, to compare you and your marriage to Tom Brady and his marriage, so Tom came back looking.
No,
he came back looking gaunt, as you said.
GAUNT.
And there's some speculation out there maybe Tom had some work done. I didn't say it, but a lot of people are saying it. To compete with, is it like a thing where you see how attractive your wife is and you're like, I really have to keep it tight because I got to keep her happy. Look at her.
There is a pressure about it. I now like this part of my eye, you can see it. If you really like getting close, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. We got a lot of followers these days. I thought about maybe doing something, but I'm just so afraid of looking like Siegfried and Roy. I'm just so afraid of like. I don't want anyone to ever make fun of me getting that. I don't want to talk on maybe him getting something done, or I just think I think he has to deal with it a lot. All right, let's keep moving on. Okay, so NFC, just to sum up the NFC, any 49ers, Jalen Hurts, maybe some Vikings, that's it.
Okay.
Let's go to the AFC South. Now, hear me out. This is going to be really random, and I love random teams. If you are in a bind, I believe Davis Mills, who went to Stanford, has got a good head on his shoulders. Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks could have that Braylon, Derek Anderson year that no one was expecting. They could. They're super cheap. I love a bargain. I love a bargain. Okay. I have no clue who else is on the Texans. Please don't even ask me. Those are the only two names that I know. And I'm really happy to say I came onto your podcast last time and I told you I like drafting Jags, and that's when you invited me into a league and you wanted me to give you money, but I said I'm not doing that because I want us to remain friends. The Jags are back, baby.
Okay.
The Jags are back.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the Jags again. I love Etienne. I think he comes at a bargain. I love Trevor Lawrence, and my sleeper this season, Evan Engram. Yeah, I think he's going to have a good year. Colts are total snooze fest.
Agreed.
Total snooze fest. Except I told you for old crisscross applesauce Rodrigo. AFC East, only the Bills. And you got to go to that bar uptown, All Stars, if you watch a Bills game. It's in New York, All Stars. It's a Bills bar. I got to tell you, I'm married. I told you I'm married to Rebecca Romaine, former supermodel, moderately happy. I think Bills fans are the most attractive.
Really?
I don't know about the men. I can say for the women, I just think there's just something about them.
You ever seen a Zubaz bra?
I went to this bar, All Stars.
You ever seen like those, those stripes that they wear on Bills? Like their fans wear the Zubaz pattern. They're like zebra stripes with the different colors. That's like their thing. I'm just thinking to myself out loud, like lingerie Zubaz would be, boom, 6 to midnight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a fan. Okay, no Pats, can't watch that offense. Mac Jones getting 3 points last season in that game was just, they're dead to me. You know what? I will say this. Brady won. Belichick needed Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick needed Brady. It's as simple as that. AFC North, Bengals, all of them, love them. Ravens, I'm sorry, just no Ravens. Last season I had Dobbins and then I had Gus Edwards and everybody blew their knees out, and it's like, I'm like week 1, I'm like, come on Latavius. You're hoping Latavius Murray gets a touch. I can't deal with the Ravens, I'm sorry. Now you got to handcuff Dobbins to Mike Davis and to Kenyon Drake. Pass. No Steelers except for that tight end, that Fryermouth. I can't say his name really well.
You nailed
it. Fairmouth. Yeah, I mean, I root for Trubisky, I really do. I'm sorry, but no Browns. I know I talk about Browns, but I do live in Los Angeles, and I do I don't want to get canceled. I can't like be on a public fantasy league like you guys are in and draft.
No.
The one player I want to draft from the Browns because it would be like drafting like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, you can't do that.
In the 7th round, Jerry takes Harvey Weinstein.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
You get in too much trouble. I want to. Listen, he's there. I want to. And, everyone's sort of looking at each other virtually like, who's going to do it? Because week 12, somebody could light it up. They've had a lot of rest, and they are talented, but can't do it.
Nice.
Not touching it. And finally, AFC West, everybody.
Yes.
All of them. Except for running backs on KC because they have cool names, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but they just have no stats.
Yeah.
Those are my rules.
So what we're gonna do, because I want memes or someone on our team is gonna make a graphic so that we won't put it right away when the podcast comes out, but maybe sometime mid-Friday we'll put out a graphic that just shows all the teams you've crossed off so people can just have that cheat sheet ready to go. It's Jerry O'Connell's fantasy football rules. Now, Jerry, I had one last question for you because I think I just saw you grab a piece of paper. It is the Roback question. You knew the Roback question was coming. RHOBACK.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase.
Sure.
Q-zips, hoodies, polos, everything. Roback.com. Do you have something for our good boy William Football?
Yeah, I do. I just, I'm an AWL. We established that, and I'd like to jot notes down about Billy throughout the year, and when I come on, I like to just I just wrote them down.
Let's do it. Yes, I would love to hear it.
Okay. This is a poem for Billy. Billy, Billy, Billy. This is a ditty for the man who seems to have it all made. Billy, Billy, Billy. Even though he didn't grow hair on his pubis until the 11th grade. Billy, 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 we yearn for your knowledge and how wide it does span. Billy, 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 like Wednesday when you referred to the country of Russia as one giant clam jam. Billy, 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 yes, some of your takes are, shall we say, strange. But Billy, 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 at least unlike Hank, you seem to believe in climate change. Billy, 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 sometimes when you speak, we all turn to our radios and we shout, Billy, 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 shh, we can't hear you. Your internet's going out. Billy, 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 who are you exactly? We only have a few hints. Billy, 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 we know you have a hedgehog and live with a man, Ben Mintz. Billy, 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 as a man you are near perfect. Nothing with you is broken. Billy, 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 but God, do we wish we had video of you getting dunked on in Hoboken. Billy, 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 we all need your wisdom, so give him a raise for God's sake. But Billy, 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 we all know you're just going to get a coupon to pardon my cheesesteak. Billy, 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 we love you, Billy, and we love you with this crew. And Billy, 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 never, ever lose that dog in you.
I love it.
That was a poem for Billy.
Very good,
Wow.
I love you guys.
Jerry,
I got to go back.
You are the best, Jerry. We look forward to this so much. We got to have you on mid-season for an update. Just come to New York.
Yeah, waiver wire stuff.
Are you coming?
I will. I'm sorry I couldn't be in the studio.
I want to say one last thing. Are you coming to New York at all this year?
When I come, you're going to be my first call. I'm on this show called Pictionary. It starts airing September 12th, right on the Fox channels. Check it out. You can watch football and then watch your NFC games and then watch some Pictionary.
Beautiful.
I love you guys.
Thank you,
love
Jerry.
You, Bill. Bye, Hank.
You got to come. Oh, he's gone. That was good.
I think he had to run.
He just fucking hung up on us.
I think his wife was like, what are you doing, Jerry?
He did it. I was going to say, we need to have Jerry O'Connell come to the gambling cave for an entire Sunday.
Yes.
Nothing would make me happier if he just did the whole thing and did a whole Monday episode with us.
That's the thing is, like, when we're in the gambling cave, we are paying attention to our bets, and we're not paying attention at all to fantasy football. Jerry's going to be all over the map with who he cheers for in those games. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah. Okay, let's wrap up. We've got Fyre Fest of the week. Henry, would you like to kick us off?
I do. This is kind of a real Fyre Fest, so you might have to bear with me. I'm going to try and explain it all in the best way I can. But it's very like it definitely kind of goes back, or it's like reminds me of old Barstool, like old 2013, 2014 days. The inciting incident, but we did the mini golf. Like we did a mini golf video. We saw there was some tweets from people that worked here. Like, oh, I'm the best mini golfer. I'm the best mini golfer. We were like, oh, we'll go. We'll have everyone play around. We'll invite everyone because it's pretty wide open who could be a mini golf person. It's good content. We'll have everyone come. Everyone can show up. Everyone can compete. And then we'll edit a video and we'll figure it out after. Like that was kind of like what we used to do back in the day, where it's like, oh, we'll just go shoot this video, and then we'll figure out how to get it done. Yada yada yada. But we had 40 people, like 20 cameras, a million different audio tracks. And it was a good event. Like everyone, you guys were there. It was fun. It's good content. You guys both texted me after, actually on the side, being like, "Oh, that was great, good stuff." Like old school feel. And the miscalculation that I made on how much was gonna have to go into it after was maybe the biggest miscalculation that I've ever made in my entire life. Like something that I thought was gonna be like a quick edit. It will be good content. We'll put it out. It was supposed to be the end of the summer. It's now coming out in 2 weeks. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because people have been asking me like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? When's it coming out? Let's just say like it's something like I thought was going to take maybe 10 hours. For the last like 3 weeks, I myself, we have other editors working on it too. Like I myself have been like going through this footage for probably 30 or 40 hours. Jesus. Because it's like basically imagining filming, having everyone play a golf round, and then after the golf round, putting it all together and like adding commentary instead of just live cutting it the way like any normal broadcast does. Yeah. And that just wasn't something we thought about before, which again, like is all my fault. And I've just had like, I've obviously been like a very happy-go-lucky person. Like I'm never really that stressed. I would say out of this podcast, I'm like the least stressed person out.
Okay.
No, but like I've had really, really, really like bad anxiety, like in like just, I haven't been like eating well. I haven't been golfing, like going out, like wanting to do anything like this.
Been golfing.
Well, no, just like doing anything. I get off work and I just like sit there and just have like I just have like really, really, really bad anxiety, and that's not something where it's like I get like hangover anxiety or you get nervous about something for a night. But I've never had like lingering day-to-day anxiety that just like you just don't want to do anything. You don't want to do anything, and like. Now I feel like we've kind of gotten through the hard part, and we're like there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I've talked about it. Like I've seen my family and stuff, because it's like I was going through it for a little bit, but it's just it was bad for a while, and it's one of those things where when it's all your fault, you're like, how did you fuck this up this bad? And it's like you're just an idiot. Like there's no one to blame but yourself. Kind of makes it worse. But yeah, I just like I do obviously like. I was gonna tell you guys off air or whatever, but I was like, I'll just tell you guys on the air. But yeah, it's been a struggle of the last couple weeks.
Yeah, 40 plus people mic'd up, and then trying to put it together where we had a cut system, 3 rounds, like 20 cameras. That's one of those ones I was actually thinking about it the other day, because you had mentioned something about how hard it was. If you had like put me and PFT in a room and like you can't come out till it's edited, I think we'd be in the room forever. I think we die in
There's so much stuff.
Because we don't know how to edit. But also, like, if we had to learn how to edit and then try to do it, we would be in the room forever.
The cumulative amount of tape that you had to be like weeks worth of footage.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess it's the mini golf was the inciting incident. And then like that just like, it's like if you have, stuff on your plate and then you add just a giant thing on your plate and then your plate breaks and you're just like a mess. Like it kind of just like triggered me into just like being in a bad place where it's just like, I was overwhelmed and just like, I was not. You just have so much that you don't want to do anything. You just need to like focus on one thing. But it took 3 hours of footage. But in reality, like your round is 1 hour. Your round is 1 hour.
Right.
So that's 40 hours, and you have to go through all that, figure out the best shots, organize them, whatever. It's not really about the mini golf. It was more just like I just wanted to explain like that I've just been having a bad like a Fyre Fest of a last 3 weeks, and I. And not apologize, but it's just like I haven't been myself, and I want to get back to being myself. And
so it's an excuse for Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
How's your team doing? How are the editors? Max, Batgirl, maybe you can shed some light on this. What's the vibe? Is the vibe like? Are they mad at Hank?
No. I mean, I was supposed to help with the mini golf, and then I got brought onto this show, and I have a million things to do with this show. So I was also like another man down because that was supposed to be my thing, and then I came over here. But it is like a bear. Like the first couple days, I think Hank was away, and I was looking at it, and it's like there's so much footage that you can't grasp where to start.
That's where it was like all right, yeah, that was a great day. And that's the thing where it's like the takeaway was like this was a great day, this is going to be a great video, and then you get in front of all the video and you're like, oh my god, like the completion bar of like what needs to get done before this is completed is it literally was overwhelming and like spiraled my mentals.
It is good that you're
which is
saying
crazy
because
it's mini golf, but
but it's good that you're saying it loud because obviously PFT we're on the other side of the camera, so we do something fun like that, and then we're like, oh, that was sick. It's gonna come out soon, and I think a lot of fans think that way, and they don't realize how much work goes in behind the scenes. It's exponential compared to what we have to do.
And we could have, again, like that's where it's like it could have been thought out maybe beforehand, or it could have been like, yeah, if we had like, prepped better, we would have realized the scope of this. But again, like old school is just like, yeah, we'll have everyone play, it'll be great, and then we'll just edit it after. And it's like you get to the after and you're just like, oh, nope, this is impossible.
Yeah,
it's good, and it's good. Like the first episode's done now. There's 6 episodes. They're gonna start coming out a week from Tuesday, and we're finally in a place where it's like I didn't even want to talk about it because people would be like, when it's coming out, and like at first a couple weeks ago I was like, never, like it's never coming out, like it's
we're burned all the
I'm just gonna die. But now it's like the first one's coming out, we got a good plan for the rest of the ones, like it's fine. But
well, you are looking pretty slim from losing all the stress weight.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know.
I've been looking when
probably
you were
got that
working out, I was
six-pack.
like, whoa, you're looking slim.
You did look good at Stu's house the other day.
yeah, I mean, I want to get back again. I want to get back to just like being a normal person, like outside of work and working out, playing golf, going out and shit. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I just like was debating whether or not to talk about it because I didn't want to just be like, oh, mini golf is coming out, like it's delayed, it's coming out. People are gonna be like, oh, like what took so long? And it's like, whoa,
yeah,
this is what took so long, and
yes.
also like,
yes,
I spiraled, but
yes.
I'm good. I'm on the road back.
All right,
I haven't noticed anything different about you, Hank.
That's good.
Yeah, you're great as always. You're happy.
You've been exactly the same.
You're so happy. Love you, Hank.
Love you too.
I love you, Hank.
Billy, do you
Whoa,
love
you don't love me too?
I love you too.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Billy, do you love Hank?
I just said love you, Hank.
Love you, Hank.
Love you, Hank.
Everybody loves you, Hank.
Everyone does love you.
Everybody tweet at Hank and let him know that you love him.
Yes.
And don't ask him when the mini golf thing's coming out.
It's coming out. I'll tell you.
Don't
It's
include
coming
the
out
picture of
two
him
weeks
after
series.
at 45.
It's gonna be a great series.
Yeah.
Hank's done a great job. Bunch of other editors too.
Love that.
Yep.
Love that.
And Jake's doing the announcing.
Jake's
for
doing
it.
the play-by-play. Yeah,
Yes.
it's good. We put in the work. We've gotten through it. We've gone through the bullshit. It is going to be good. It just was a lot of bullshit to go through. But
All right.
Okay, PFT.
My Fyre Fest of the week is I had my follow-up appointment yesterday for my elbow for the UCL thing to see if I needed surgery or anything like that, and I just skipped it. So
That's badass.
I kind of think that whatever's going on with my elbow, that's probably going to be what's going on with my elbow for the rest of my life. And I didn't want to do this. I wanted to do it the right way, where I was like, I'm going to follow doctor's orders, all that stuff. I'm going to wear the brace. I wore the brace for like 2 days. And then I was like, this brace is very uncomfortable. I'm not going to wear it. I was supposed to get like a nighttime brace for it to wear while I slept. I didn't do that. And I just figured, okay, I'll just not use it for a couple weeks. We'll see how it improves, if it improves. And then I was playing Frisbee golf with it. And disc golf, excuse me, golf. I was golfing with it. And I just kind of reached the point where I said, fuck it. As I knew I would probably eventually get to this place.
You'll be fine.
But I was trying not to. I was trying to do it the correct way. But sometimes you get stubborn about things. And so my strategy now is I'm just going to resume normal life. And then if it gets re-injured, then I'll just readdress it at that point.
Well, we always do this is going to happen in this because you're a gamer. It's football season.
Yeah.
You can't get surgery during football season.
And Billy didn't give me the fucking research chemicals that he said he was going to get me.
Get those chemicals.
They're on the way.
Okay.
Are they really?
Fixes.
No, they're not. No, they're not. That was
in my mind. They're on
he
the way.
He just ordered them in his mind.
You haven't even ordered them in your mind yet.
Yeah.
I ordered them in my mind.
He just did.
I need something.
Do you actually want me to shoot you up with this stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, officially on
Yes.
the record,
Yes.
and I'm not liable for anything that happens.
Yes, because I do not want my right elbow to be fucked up for the rest of my life.
Right. And
So
this will definitely fix it.
This is going to fix everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, there
Research
were
chemicals.
all sorts of things I was supposed to be doing that I just haven't done. I have been resting it though for the most part. I have been picking stuff up with it, but I would just prefer to not have a fucked up elbow until I die.
I'd agree. All right, my Fyre Fest. It's a stupid one, but like I said earlier in the show, my son's getting to a point where he's very funny and just saying shit all the time. When he like playfully hits his sister or me, he just says bonk.
I love that.
So it's just wrecking my brain. He'll just walk over and be like, I just bonked my sister. And I'm like, what the fuck? I did. So this show is just completely corrupted what should be a cute moment every single time he does it. Probably bonks like 5 times a day and just like, okay.
Well, yeah, I mean,
his uncle.
I love the idea.
Yeah, that's true.
I love the idea that you're like a very, very much a living reminder of you having been horny at one time.
Yeah,
is walking around bonking you.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I bonked mommy. It's like, okay, cool. This should be like a precious moment that's just been completely corrupted by the internet in this show. Billy.
So we were in the woods on Tuesday, doing another frolf. We were frolfing.
Disc golf.
We were dolphing.
Disc golf,
as PFT
yeah.
were talking about. So I was in the woods a fair amount, the deep grass, and this last night I was itchy on my ankles. Like, what the hell is this? Is this scabies again? And I was like,
again?
Yeah, remember the ivermectin thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, scabies sucks. And then I realized that it wasn't scabies. There's too many bites, and I have chigers.
Ooh, yeah. Hashtag Jake was right. When the video comes out, Jake was being Jake and was like,
that was actually my Fyre Fest too. Mosquito bites were crazy.
Really? Yeah, because Jake was complaining about the mosquito. We literally got out of the car and he's like, I feel like I just got bit, and we all just clowned on him. And then we got 3 holes in, and we're like, Jake was right.
Yeah, Billy,
these are a lot of bugs.
Why'd you pronounce it like that? Just curious.
So I've only read it before. So it's a really bad.
What are they?
They're these bugs.
What are they called?
Chigers. They burrow into your skin and eat them.
Chiggers.
They suck. They're really itchy because the itchiness doesn't kick in at first. It kicks in way later. So the only way to cure it.
Chigers. Yep.
It's such a perfect glimpse inside Billy's brain.
You can't cancel me for these bugs.
There's no cure once they bite you.
You make it worse by not pronouncing it the right way.
It makes it infinitely worse.
There's just leaving no room for error. Don't
ever tweet that word out.
Yeah. So I was the only way to deal with it is like washing, but they said that if you really want to get rid of them, you just gotta put rubbing alcohol on the bites. So then I put all this rubbing alcohol on the bites to kill the bugs that are like burrowed into my skin, and it stung like the worst thing ever. Like I was literally just dumping alcohol in open wounds, and it stung.
Did you get drunk?
No.
That sucks.
Bit.
I wish.
Shout out Billy too, because he said on Tuesday when we're going to Stu Finder's house, I'll drive because I won't get fucked up on a Tuesday.
Well, last time
none of us were drinking. Last time
we were at Stu's house, we were like chugging tons of beer.
He actually said, "Don't worry, I won't drink there." And I was like, I wouldn't have said that. I assumed when you're driving that you're not going to do that.
Well, last time we were there, there was just tons of booze.
Yeah.
Is that
right, but if you were driving there.
But nobody had planned on drinking on this occasion because we had to work.
Well,
quite literally from 9 to 9.
Yeah. I didn't know what the vibe was at Stu's. Did you guys know what the vibe was?
I knew I wasn't going to get drunk on a Tuesday.
Regardless of vibe, you can always be like, hey, I'm working now.
Last time was a Thursday, I think, when we were going to an Islanders game.
Yeah, it was a Wednesday because we didn't have a show.
We were going, we were going to the Islanders game.
We were going there to have a full day. Okay. Hank has changed the lottery ball machines because he's trying to win. If you win this one, Hank, well, his Fyre Fest was the bugs.
The bugs. Yeah. I got like 20 mosquito bites in 3 hours.
If you win this, Hank, so people are watching on YouTube. I walked in the other day and all the balls are blue now. Blue Ball Hank is what we usually call him. But if you win this, there will be a lot of controversy.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
No, you have
100 balls.
Oh, you don't think so?
You don't think
What's
you
the
switched? You
controversy?
changed all the balls, and you think that if you win the first time, nobody's going to say anything to you.
What do we want to do with the record book here?
No, it stays. It stays.
Everything
yes,
stays?
everything stays.
The number,
so no controversy.
the numbers are still the same. The balls are different.
Yes.
And Hank, you better hope that one of us wins before you win.
Yes. So it is presented by Paramount Plus. Like I said earlier, you got to go to ParamountPlus.com to start your free trial to watch your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, as well as additional exclusive NFL content. Go right now. We gave away a free one. Are we giving away another free one? So we're giving away another free one. Let's just give away free ones. We're giving away one code for free Paramount Plus account so you can watch along with us. This is big.
The code's on the screen.
Code's on the screen. Paramount Plus ping pong ball lottery machine. Thank you to Paramount Plus for sponsoring this. Is everyone ready?
17.
You said that so quickly. Huh.
No, it's the first ball that he sees in his eyesight.
It's actually my lucky number.
I might go
Jake.
17 too.
I'm going to go 44.
You can't do
Did you
that.
share?
No.
I don't think
No, you can't share.
All right.
36.
75.
26.
Max?
36.
It's a big moment.
A new era, the blue ball era.
You're juiced.
Oh, it's only one, so you can't see it. 360.
2. Number 2.
Cheater.
The deuce.
Derek
Reach you pegged.
Fifth time.
You're lucky, Hank. You dodged a bullet.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the
No, you won't.
the sponsor ball.
No, you won't.
Love you guys. Animal fact?
These things bit my legs. What are they called again?
The C words?
What?
What are those things called?
Toads are poisonous to dogs.
Okay.